Well, how about that? First weigh in after 3 full days of the juice diet, I'm down 12 and a half pounds. I wasn't kidding. I told you guys on the first day when I started what my weight was 239 and a half. I was ashamed, but I felt like the best way to get other people to do this is to show them the progress you can make. Good morning, Daze with Jordan the Lion. How are you, my friends? It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles. We're alive. It's 2016. The Grim Reaper didn't knock us off yet, so we're still undefeated, right? Everybody that's still undefeated, raise your hand. I'm here. We're all here. Today is the 50th anniversary of the death of Walt Disney. Today is also the anniversary of the release of Gone with the Wind. Two really, really historical things that happened on December 15th. So, I haven't quite decided what I want to do today for our vlog, but I know whatever it'll be, it definitely should include one of those two things. I always feel like honoring historical moments is absolutely imperative to what I do and to reminding people how awesome the things around them are. So we're going to do that today. Let's go see what Jaw's up to. Oh, and another thing, if you want your Jaw t-shirt, order it today. December 16th is your last day if you want it by Christmas. shop.spreadshirt.com/JordanTheLion. And your Christmas Day vlog is already done. I've already done it. I have to work on Christmas Eve, so I didn't know what I would do for a vlog for you, and I definitely wanted it to be something very, very special for Christmas Day. Well, I found that thing this past weekend. I recorded the whole thing, and when I tell you that I've made a Christmas mix CD and that you should email me and get it, a little hint here is that Christmas mix CD might come in handy because Christmas Day's vlog is a silent vlog. Let's get to see what Jaw's up to. I wonder if there's anybody in this apartment that would like to go to the park at some point today. Let's see. Is there anybody in this apartment that would like to go to the park today? What's up, dude? What's up, man? You're giving me that look. Let's get out of here. All right. Well, there's the juice for the day. And guys, I'm not kidding when I tell you I thought what I would have to do is make 2 of these a day. I've actually been going off of just 1. So what that breaks down to, if you remember what it cost me to go to the grocery store to buy this stuff, this is basically breaking down to about $3 a day for my food. $3 a day. I've been shopping at Food for Less because I buy everything with the intentions of using it that day or the next day. I get my kale for 59 cents a head. The celery's like 79 cents. Cucumbers 2 for $1. Lemons 3 for $1. And then Granny Smith apples are 99 cents a pound. There's no excuse for not doing this if it's something that you're interested in. No excuse. I've heard people forever say it costs too much. No, it doesn't. And that's what we got left over. Well, we're getting our park time in before I go off and explore today. It's weird. He always needs like 5 or 10 minutes of not associating with any dogs, and then all of a sudden, he's Mr. Social. It's like he walks around going, "Hey, everybody, notice I'm here and come and try and play with me." And until they do, he's just hanging out like James Dean by himself trying to look cool. If you see in the background back here at this little table, that guy right there is Dave the dog walker that I've told you guys about. He's the one that hooked me up with the Steve McQueen house that time. Dave is a dog walker because he just has a lot of dogs in his neighborhood and he really loves dogs. But he actually has been a personal trainer for years. I've seen his business card. He has pictures of him on Muscle Fitness. He used to do exercise videos in the early 90s. And Dave was actually the guy who trained Angela Bassett for What's Love Got to Do with It. He said at the time it was considered the fastest changeover in a body like anybody had ever seen in Hollywood. And he noticed today that I've been losing weight. He's like, "Are you losing weight?" And I told him about the juice cleanse, and he juices also. So he said, "Hey man, I think that if you got down to your fighting weight, you'd be like the biggest thing in Hollywood." He's like, "Do you have the personality for it?" He goes,
I'll help you. I'll train you for free. He's like, we will get you down to like the best you've ever been. He's like, if you want to. So, what an offer. The guy's just like, he's actually getting ready to release a book on fitness. So it's pretty cool that he lives just, you know, maybe 15-minute walk from me. Pretty cool that he's willing to take me under his wing and do stuff like that.
Now, even though we've been here before, to be perfectly honest, when I came here the last time, I didn't know Walt Disney was buried here. I mean, I did find his grave, but I didn't know that that was going to be here, so I didn't do anything really about it. And since today is a kind of a historic day for remembrance, two very big things happened on this date. Let's take care of paying tribute to it.
As I was driving up, I saw this and I just felt compelled to come and take a look. It's a replica of Michelangelo's David. And for all the times I've been up here, I never noticed this. And it's huge. And these are all kind of in tribute to it. Well, they are going to extreme lengths to put out lots of holiday decorations. All the people that are coming here, and yikes! Looks like we have a new arrival. There's the signing of the Declaration of Independence Memorial. Let's wander through these. I know that Walt is down there. Well, let's take a little trip over here and see if there's anybody worth showing you guys in here. I don't actually see anyone that you guys would know over here, but I do love statues. I always have, and years ago I got a pretty nice camera. And the first thing I did was I actually came out here and just took pictures of statues. Yep, always been one of those guys. Well, I know I didn't show you guys this last time. Now, I don't think this is political. I think you can talk about things when it's like 250 years past the time it happened, but I have just never been a Thomas Jefferson fan. Years ago, I bought a ton of books about the early days of the United States, and specifically kind of revolving around the formation of the presidency. And man, it just seems like Thomas Jefferson did everything he could in the early days of the United States to make sure that George Washington failed as a president. And I think a lot of that came from the fact that Thomas Jefferson always wanted to be the first president, and crazy stories that are involved in that. I can't even recall all of them off the top of my head, but some of the ones I remember were Thomas Jefferson would purposely try and get people to vote against things or try and get things not passed. One of the things was that when they were building the White House, George Washington knew he would never be able to live in it. It would never be completed. But he also knew that Thomas Jefferson had submitted his own blueprints for the design of it, and they had been rejected because Thomas Jefferson wasn't an architect. He was like an amateur architect. But George Washington also knew that if Thomas Jefferson was able to find a way to slow down the creation of the White House, or the building of it, that he knew Thomas Jefferson could actually force a way through the other representatives to actually get the project scrapped, and he could possibly get it converted over to being his design. So George Washington knew this was going to happen and actually had workers work round the clock as often as they could to make sure that a certain percentage, and I forget what the percentage was, that had to be done before they wouldn't turn back on the project. and there was a whole lot of that stuff. There was a lot of from what I read. Now this could all be wrong, but from what I read, there was just a lot of almost jealousy, and Thomas Jefferson really went out of his way. As great of a man as he was for many things, I got the impression that he was always trying to sabotage George Washington's presidency. Speaking of George Washington, here's the George Washington statue. And you know, one of the things that I didn't know when I came here the last time, but I believe I said on the video, was I said, I wonder what the story is with this chain. Well, now I know what the story is with this chain. This chain apparently was one of the original chains that went across the Hudson River in New York to stop the British from invading. They've actually brought a few links of it here as this display. And it probably would have helped if I would have read this last time, because it says, part of this chain stretched across the Hudson River in 1776 to prevent the passage of the British ships. And there's actually a little picture of how it would have went. So that's what that is. Now let's go see Uncle Walt. Well, here it is. Now here's the crazy thing, is that the last time I was here, they had a lot more foliage and everything over here, and I believe at the time, because of I titled that vlog the like the Kings of Forest Lawn or something like that. But when I came here, I had certain people in mind that I wanted to cover, and I actually didn't know Walt Disney was buried here till I saw a little Mickey Mouse sitting on this statue that's no longer there. Now what's weird is that this is the resting place of Walt Disney, and I don't think I even realized, I don't think I put two and two together when I saw this. I don't think I realized that Walter Elias Disney was Walt Disney. But since I've been doing so many vlogs and Walt Disney just keeps popping up, and including one of the ones we're going to be doing here in the future, just figured I should come and pay some respects. It's 50 years today that Walt Disney died, and kind of what happened was Walt was starting to feel sick and had always had kind of back and neck pain, as a lot of people who are workaholics do, and he went to the doctor and they found tumors inside of his lungs. And he didn't really tell anybody what he was going in for surgery for, but a few days later he went into surgery and they had to actually remove his lung. He ended up going home a few days before Thanksgiving to recuperate so that he could have a great Thanksgiving. And a few days after Thanksgiving, he started having problems, went into St. Joseph's Hospital, and on December 15th he died. So it would have been exactly 50 years ago today. And one of the things that I just, whether you like Disney things or not, one of the things that I really appreciate is to hear his story, you realize how much failure he had in his life and still was able to overcome it. He was still able to not give up and make the American dream possible. I mean, this is a guy who had failed a few cartoons, had to live with family members, including Uncle Robert, right here, and still failed even then, and still persevered, still managed to keep working on his art, and in the end created, even though it's a marketing phrase, it's still true, the happiest place on earth. He made a theme park that kids and adults and everyone in between and everyone older can enjoy the same, where everyone's welcome and just brings the best out in everyone. Thank you, Walt Disney. And there you can see somebody's left some flowers on his resting bench. And just as I was leaving, there were more people showing up to pay their respects. Well, that was a little bit disheartening, and I'll tell you why. As I was walking away, there's this guy who keeps walking over to Walt's grave. I didn't know if maybe he was part of the family or what, but as I walked away and some more people were walking up, he walked in there, grabbed some of the things that people had left, picked them up and went and threw them in the trash. And when I went back over to take a picture, I come back out and he's standing behind me again. And I was like, oh, did you get a lot of fans out here to visit on today because it's the anniversary of his death? And by the way, he's not buried in there. He was cremated. His ashes were scattered. The guy goes on to a rant about, God, I wish Find a Grave would get rid of this address and get this taken out because I have all these stupid fans breaking that door lock and walking on the grass, killing all the grass. And they think that they're fans, but they're not. They're just trashing this, leaving pictures and things from Frozen, and I have to go and remove it all. Bah humbug, man. Bah humbug. People are coming out to pay their respects. They appreciate the things that Disney's known for. It takes all kinds, guys. Quest for positivity is real, and that guy was not helping with it. He actually didn't bark at me or anything. I just said, well, the gate door was unlocked. I thought you could just walk right in. He goes, yeah, it's because people have broken it. And then I look right over at the very next little section where someone else is buried that has one of those gates. That gate door is also unlocked. And I go, well, what about this one? This is a nobody, and this one's broken. And he just like sighed and walked away. Do you guys see that? There's a part of the cemetery down there that's created in the shape of a heart. This is what's known as the Little Church at Forest Lawn. Since Walt Disney didn't have any kind of burial arrangements or anything made in his will, he just stipulated to a lot of people that he didn't want a big fuss, so they had the burial ceremony here. Clark Gable had his burial ceremony in this church as well, and so did Carole Lombard. Now I'm not going to go back up to Clark Gable's grave today because I've already covered that, and if you want to see it you can go to the Kings of Forest Lawn vlog that I did, because I really don't have anything to add to it, other than one of the things that killed Clark Gable was actually that he lost 40 pounds to be in the movie The Misfits. He lost it too quickly. He lost it like in a month, and you don't want to do that. I wanted to bring that up because of the juice fast that I'm doing. One of the things that Dave told me today was the best way to lose weight while doing this juice cleanse and juice fast is to not exercise at all, to not make your heart rate jump at all. He said to keep it completely flat. So basically just maintain an average normal lifestyle because you don't want to put any pressure on your heart. I came home and laid on the bed and he's already attacking me. This is the kind of dog that I ended up with. This is what a rescue dog is. If anybody ever wonders what a rescue dog is like. Did you miss me? You miss me? Alright, well, it looks like I got more Christmas cards. What business do we think sent it to me today? Well, I have to say this is a new one. I actually do drive a Toyota, though I didn't buy it from Toyota. I bought it from CarMax. And yet Toyota is sending me a message telling me that they want to buy my car off me, and they even made it look like somebody had handwritten it in ink, but it's actually just, I mean, it's just, look, they even fake smeared it. It's just a printed thing. Ridiculous. Now look how far they even went to the extreme here. They even, I mean, this is extreme. And I also wanted to thank the fan who sent me this watch. Somebody contacted me and said, hey, I think I found some watches that you might like to replace the one that broke. I'm going to send you 2 of them. And I got one today. It looks like it's made out of Legos. How cool is that? I like it. Thank you. There, I got it all set and even put the little LED light on for you. Thank you very much. I actually really like it. I'm looking forward to seeing what other color shows up because I actually really like this one. Oh yeah, your eyes are not deceiving you. That's rain, baby. I was thinking of going to Disneyland tomorrow, but I don't think I want to go in the rain because what dawned on me is I wanted to catch some of the parade footage, and they're not going to have parades if it's raining. So we may have to figure out something else to do in the rain. Have a great night, guys. Vlog over from Hollywood, California.